Staying on a few good minutes, I'm joined by my guest, Sandor Ligetfalvy. He's the founder of the Brock Bug. So welcome to the show, Sandor.
Thank you for having me, Brian.
So for those who don't know, what is the Brock Bug?
The Brock University Gadfly is essentially a website. We also have a YouTube channel and an ask.fm page, as well as primarily a Twitter account. The purpose of it is to draw attention to news stories and perspectives that do not really get much attention at all.
So what kind of issues do you think haven't been covered in traditional media, Brock?
I think that democracy is really more of a lifestyle that you engage in all the time, that political discourse starts on day one at school, in September, doesn't take place, for the 2-week period in February, which I think is a real disservice to the referendums that come up. So ultimately, political discourse is a year-long process, and one that the conventional student media hasn't, up until now, really worked into its tradition.
You presented to BUSAC at the previous BUSAC meeting a couple weeks ago, and some counselors, particularly Chris Yen, had some harsh words for you.
His persona, his presentation is sort of larger than life, and so my website has really put a lot of attention into Chris as a person, and I'm more interested really in Chris as a politician. And so why did Chris come after me? Well, what he did is he came after me not about politics, but about a social mistake I had made, and I would have much rather have heard from him about the political stuff.
Do you think that he'll run for president this year?
Well, I've been told he will. I don't believe that's really going to happen. He's in Teachers College and whatnot. He could. He certainly could.
Well, what do you think the issues are this year? What do you think of council so far? I mean, there's only been a few meetings, but and you've been to them. So what do you think of BUSAC this year?
I think that Brock Radio is extremely important to the larger Niagara region and larger St. Catharines area and Brock University, because it's the only non-commercial radio. It's a great experiential learning service. It's very, very inexpensive in terms of the bang for the buck. So in terms of what you get out of the $1.50 per credit, I would love to see Brock Radio return to being funded. And so that's why it's been a top focus for me since it lost its funding in October of last year.
You've been very critical of the Brock Press. Why is that exactly?
$500,000 a year the students spend on student media. That's Brock Press and BrockTV combined. Single-handedly, I have out-reported $500,000 a year worth of student media coverage. Of course, speaking about last year, I think that this year the student media is like, we can't let this guy, this volunteer, out-report us. And I will be very glad to scratch off my talking points list that Brock Press doesn't come to council. That's off the list now, and I'm very happy to hear that. And I look forward to being able to be proud of the Brock Press, as I am now proud of BrockTV.
Do you think that Brock Radio should run another referendum?
The question is, how do we encourage listenership? And again, I think modernization, improving its digital side would be very helpful to Brock Radio, and I'm very hopeful that it'll be a good year for Brock Radio. But it doesn't look like there'll be a referendum this year. Deborah Cartmer said, we're not really planning one. And I suppose that's okay. They'll spend the money that they have, and next year perhaps have a referendum demonstrating that they have made strides to improve and address some of the concerns from last year's referendum.
You're also a member of a group called the Brock Block. What is that exactly?
So while we're being told that if you want to have a voice, you should vote, you don't have to wait until February or March to have a voice. In fact, you could, if you have 300 students, get together, reach quorum at the AGM, make significant changes at that time, meaning there is a purpose to galvanizing and mobilizing the public. So the Brock Block was founded this year, myself, Daniel Nardone, and Tyler Evans working together, founding this entity, in my view, first to galvanize a base to support Brock Radio.
What should we expect from the Gadfly this coming year?
With BrockTV and Brock Press being more engaged in student politics now, that gives me more of an opportunity to be more investigative, and I don't have to spend as much time covering the basics. If BrockTV and Brock Press are covering the basics, that gives me the opportunity to cover things that are from a different perspective, a third party perspective, which I think is very useful. Really more of the same but better. A little more dispassionate, a little less meddlesome in the actions of council. I was a little hot under the collar regarding the constitutional amendment and Brock Radio. Those both took place in October of last year, and those were both stressful to me. I don't think I'm going to be stressed out this year. I feel really good.
Well, we certainly look forward to what you have coming up in the future. Thanks a lot for coming on the show.
Thank you.
My guest today was Sandor Ligetfalvy. He's the founder and creator of the Brock Bug. If you want to check out the Brock Bug, visit brockbug.com.